Hi guys, welcome back. I'm so sorry I haven't been on for quite a while. Sorry, it's a bit wonky. I haven't been very well. I've got the flu so bad. But we're going to be doing some acrylic press-ons. I have been making a few sets. I've had a few custom orders and I've been just doing some and putting them on my Etsy. So I'm going to show you how I make acrylic press-ons and the way that I do it, where the cuticle part where it would normally go so the nail doesn't shrink, because that is a big no-no when doing acrylic press-ons. You don't want to overdo it on the cuticle, on the nail, basically the fake nail. So yeah, we're going to be doing that. I do keep coughing because I've had the flu for about 4 or 5 days now, so I wanted to do a quick intro just to tell you guys that it's probably going to be like maybe a voiceover or just some captions, because I don't want to have to keep coughing all the time. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so I am going to try and do a voiceover as much as not a voiceover, I'm just going to, you know, do the video like normal as much as I can. These are the tips that I am using. These are the soft gel tips, just these ones. Yeah. So obviously on the inside they're already etched kind of thing. You don't have to buff the nails when you're putting acrylic on them. I do, because one, it's just for extra security, and two, when you don't do this, I do find the acrylic does slide a little bit because the nail is obviously so shiny. So I want it to be a bit more matte. Yeah, so let me just show you the brush I'm using. Is a big brush. This is a number 10. And this is by Glitter Planet, and the monomer is Now Republic. That's the monomer I'm using. I really want to get some decent monomer that doesn't stink, basically, like odorless. Yeah, so this one is going to be, these are the acrylics that I'm using. I've got Now Republic Clear because we're going to need that. This is the Nailmate. I can't remember what colour, I can't remember what colour, I'm spilling it, but yeah, it's Nailmate. And then I'm also using this. This is like, it's actually a dipping powder, but I'm hoping I can use it because I think I might have mixed this one. I can't remember. And then I've also got a white as well. So I can't do acrylic like this because these magnets aren't very strong. So I'm going to pop that to one side, and I'm just going to do one at a time. So I never start at the top. I'm really sorry if I sound croaky, guys. Please show me some love. It made me feel better. So I am going to do this one all blue if I can. I mean, this is a dipping powder. I thought I don't like dipping powders, but I thought I did get rid of all my dipping powders. So the only thing I can think of is that I've actually mixed this with some normal clear acrylic. So yeah, we will soon find out. I like to hold the bead downwards a little bit. Just, you know, gravity helps you when you hold the bead down. I haven't used acrylic for months, okay? For months. Haven't used acrylic for months. And this, I think, because this is a dipping powder, it is so so powdery, like so powdery. And you want the tip to be a little bit, you don't want the tip to be too thick. You don't want it to be too thick. And I don't want any lines or like a harsh line here. So I am just feathering that up slightly. Dip back in my monomer. I'm draining my brush out as well. You don't want that to be too, you know, too watery, otherwise you won't have control. And then I put a little bit on the end. See how it's not moving, which is what you want. I'm not perfect with acrylic, okay? I think acrylic is one of the hardest ones to master. Actually, say that, I actually think polygel is a lot harder than acrylic. Yeah, I just think polygel is a lot harder than acrylic. I do like to go down the sides because I want to try and keep the shape as much as possible. Even though we're going to file, okay, my lovelies, we are going to be filing afterwards, you know, crisping that nail up. Ugh. turn it round. This blue is just lovely. You can definitely tell it has been mixed with acrylic though. Drain my bead out. Let's pop that one just there. I don't like doing, I just cannot do a 1 bead vibe, okay? Or even 2 beads. It takes me as long as it takes me. And with doing like press on nails with acrylic like this, over the top of the nail obviously, you don't want it to be thick. So I do like to do mine a little bit runny. That's just me. I just find that a bit easier, just to do it a little bit more runnier, because you're not building, you don't want to be building the nail basically. You know, a lot of people that are so used to doing acrylic nails like normal, you would feel the need to build an apex. We don't need to do that, okay? This is just basically for strength, you know. Yeah, these would be classed as, for me anyway, luxury nails. And then because of the cuticle, I just feather it up like this. You do not want that area being thick. Obviously there are some see-through spots, so I am just gonna grab another bead. This is quite a big one. I do like to let it rest for a few seconds before I go straight on. Like that. Let's pop that one just here. Remember to hold the nail down. I mean, you guys, whoever, you know, if you've done this before, you're probably better than me. I have never been somebody that has mastered acrylic. Yeah, I am qualified in acrylic, but in all fairness, I do find it pretty, it's not the easiest, you know. It's not the easiest to use. I do keep obviously cleaning my brush out and things because I don't want this to get all sticky. It will do when I use the white, because for some reason I just can't go there with white. And obviously the bigger the brush, the more monomer it picks up. But yeah, I just struggle with white. Does anybody else struggle with white and have that where I only wanted a tiny bit here just because it's a little bit clear? Yeah, does anybody else struggle using white? Does it clog their brush up? Because it does to me. Let me just drain some of that out. A little bit there in the corner. I'm not obviously gonna, I am doing 2 nails of this colour, but I'm not gonna show you every single one because we'll just be here for ages and there just isn't any point. There just, in my opinion, there's just not any point. So I'm gonna pop this one back in the middle. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit thick. I mean, it's not thick at all, look, but if you do think, oh, it's a bit thick, please don't worry because we are gonna file afterwards anyway, so you know, don't stress about that bit, okay? And then feather this bit up because you don't want that cuticle area being too thick. I can't actually I think the nail tips that I'm using I got from Amazon as well. Quite a while ago though. Yeah, quite a while ago if I remember rightly. It's a bit clear here. You can wait until the nails are dry, once they've obviously hardened, and then you would see a lot better where the clear patches are. Yeah. Now I am just going to put a tiny little bit on this side, just here because it's a little bit clear. Yeah, I like using a little bit more runnier beads because I don't want to be building the nail up and I don't want to have it, you know, too thick as well. I just want it to be a little bit, it's just coverage, that's all you want really. And I'm just going to pop one more bit. We are going to be doing kind of like a croc print as well. So we are going to be using some gel polish as well. So I'm just going to drag this bit up a little bit now. Don't want anything getting underneath because I don't have an e-file. So I try my best, you know, I try my best. Okay. That one I would say is fine. So let's move that one to there. Let's take this one off. So with this one, I am going to try and do a fade. If I can, so. And by fade, I mean I'm going to be using white as well, which I'm not looking forward to. See how nice and creamy this bead is, because it's not powdery like the other one, so this one's a lot easier to work with. This is like a nudie pinky colour. I would show you, but it says on the bottom and I can't obviously see what it says on the bottom, which is annoying. Pop that bit just there. Yeah, this is nice consistency. This is Nail Mate, and this is actually Glitter Planet. So, you know, if you want to go over and have a look, go and take a nosy. Feathering that bit up. When you have better quality products, you will find it easier. That dark spot there is obviously just the pink, that's the pink blue tack that's holding the nail tip on. Pop that bit just there. Again, nice and you just feathering it up. You are not placing that bead at the cuticle, you're placing it below and feather it up. Just like that. Drain my bead out. One more in there. Holding the nail tip down basically, so it gravity is pulling that cuticle, that bead down for you. Feathering this one up because you don't want it to be too thick at the cuticle again. So I'm just placing it just below it. A lot of people might have an issue with saying that it's quite clear around the cuticle. You can put more on there, just don't put the bead directly on the cuticle. And then one more at the bottom. Nothing, you know, you don't want anything too big. Just there. I haven't cut any of these nails down either. Yeah, I left the length. I kind of like the length. Don't know what that red bit is. Get off. Nobody wants you there. And there is that one just there. So let me just put this on. Ooh, ta-da! Okay, so this one is going to be the pink, this one's going to be blue, this one's going to be pink. So I might just, you know, fast forward this bit. guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't actually press freaking record. I'm so sorry. So I will show, basically I've just done, you would have seen them anyway. I'm just capping them off. Oh, and the reason being why I cap is because there is that line, and obviously we don't want, when we come to file, we don't want to be ruining that like blend that we did, that little ombre effect that we did with the white. You don't want to be ruining that when you come to filing and shaping. And on the blue set, the blue nails, sorry, we are going to be doing a design. And I will clear out the background in a minute, all this down here, because I understand it's not very nice. And you don't want to keep wiping your brush in the same spot, because you just get an acrylic stuck back in your brush. So that was a little trick for you guys. Never wipe your brush in the same spot, because you're just wiping acrylic back in your brush. Oh, sorry. Okay, these have all been capped now. And the blue ones are going to have a design with some clear acrylic powder, white and blue. Yeah, so let's wait for these to dry first. Let me clean this up. So these are all dry now. This one's still a tiny bit tacky, but they are all dry. So what we're going to do is we are going to give them a file, and I've got this from Shein. If you haven't seen this video, then make sure you go and check it out. It's a little dust collector. So I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to take it off the stand though, just to make it easier. So let's turn this up. It does go higher than that as well. It goes all the way around to here. Yeah, you don't want to be getting dust, you know, down. I am going to use the sharper side as well, just to give it a little bit of a shape up. Like that. And then this side, has anybody else ever caught their nail and sliced it? You want it to be nice and crisp, basically. Do the free edge, trying to keep it nice and straight as well, nice and flat and straight. And then I'm just going to go down at the nail as well. See this darker spot just there? That's because there's a dip, so you just want to make sure you get rid of that, so it's all smooth. Nice and crisp, look at that, nice and crisp. So what I'm going to do now, and they're nice and sturdy, they're not too thick. So there's scratches all over this nail, which we don't want, so I'm going to use my buffer, and I'm going to use the softer side, and I'm just going to buff out those scratches. When you put on the top coat, I mean, we are doing a design, but you don't want to be putting on the top coat and seeing all those nasty scratches. I will do the rest of the nails off camera as well. Obviously you've just seen how I do it. So they are all done and shaped. Just there. So what I'm going to do is make sure that's pushed on. I'm going to get some white gel polish. Just pop that on my little tray. I want quite a bit really, because I need it for two. I am just going to do the second, obviously, hand off camera. Okay, what one is this? I've got a long liner brush. Long liner brush. I am just going to get it a tiny little bit wet though, just because it feels like a bit like got oil in there or something. Okay, so we're going to do a French. These ones are going to be matte, but then we are going to use blue and then clear acrylic to dust over the top. So I'm sorry, I might have to just manoeuvre you like that because I can't see otherwise. So do I want this high, do I want it low? I reckon about here. It's going to be hard for me to do this because I'm actually quite far away from the nail. I do like to put a lot on my brush as well. And I'm just going to match it up. Don't normally use liner brushes, which is something you should actually use when doing a French. But I find it easier with a bit of a shorter brush. So then I'm just going to get my white and just fill it in because it's going to be a lot quicker. Just fill this in. I can sit here and mess around with a nail with French for about half an hour. Like, seriously, I really could. I really could. Make this one the same. Okay, so I'm going to pop this in the lamp for 30 seconds. So I'm going to do the second coat. So what I do is I just line around here one more time. Okay, so I am going to pop this in the lamp for 60 seconds now. Okay, so that has got a matte top coat on. So I am just going to give it just a quick wipe, just not a load of like acetone because, you know, you don't want it melting anything. And then I am going to use this liner brush. I got this from Shein ages ago. Look at that. Look at that. You can use a liner brush. I'm not going to use this liner brush, sorry. This is just a liner brush gel polish. And I am going to use a dotting tool, I think. I don't normally do this with a dotting tool. I normally... No, don't use a dotting tool. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna go along here. I usually use a liner brush to do this, but yeah, it's just, you get, oh my god, there's loads on like my palette, but it's just not picking up very much. I think I prefer a liner brush. Yeah, I'm not a lover of like this bit here. Got to go careful because it's not pushed on the nail thing very well, so I don't want to knock it off. I'm not a lover of this bit here. Let me just see if I can make these a little bit more longer maybe. Okay, let's get some clear acrylic. And dump it over. Just like that. I like to, you know, use quite a lot just to make sure everything is covered, you know? Okay. Pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds. Okay. That is done. So let's just dust it off. Just like that. I do like to just give this top bit just a wipe over and then take it off. That's what it looks like. Where is my file? I'm just gonna use this the softer side, I think. Well, I mean, they're both the same, but I don't know why I just said that. I've got two different files that are very similar. One's different on the other side. So I am just going around there just a little bit just to give it that freshen up. And then I am just going to freshen up the edge just here, the free edge. Just because, you know, we put gel polish on, we still want it to be nice and crisp. It's the worst thing when nails looks quite thick at the edge because they haven't been filed very well or at all. Okay, and that is that one. Let's pop it back on its stand. Okay, so this one I did off camera, so I am just gonna matte top coat that one for a minute. Like, look at that edge, look how nice and crisp that baby is. And then we ruin it once we do all of this. So I am just going to run my fingers down the side, trying to keep as much shape as possible. 60 seconds in the lamp. So while we are waiting, we can just go in with a top coat. I don't know whether to put some, like, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's put some, not on this one, I think on that one. Let's put a bit of, maybe some, like, rhinestones or something. See, like, how nice does that look? The top coat just does it all, doesn't it? Top coat is my favourite part. Making sure it's all spread out nicely. I'm going to run my fingers down the side like that. This one, we are going to put some like cute little rhinestones on there, I think. I'm not sure what, I don't know what colours I've got. I'll have to have a look. This is a no wipe top coat as well, by the way. Yeah, I'll have to have a look. So I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. Let's get some clear acrylic and dump it on top. Again, I use a lot just to make sure that every piece is covered. Okay, pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds. Okay, so I have got, oh my god, some little tiny flowers. So I'm just gonna pop, literally I'm just dotting them anywhere kind of thing. I don't know where, so I am just gonna put some of this in places. I thought flowers would look quite nice. This like glue that I'm using, it is a UV glue and I got it from Shein. Oh, there's a bead stuck to this one. The only thing with these, they're so, oh, where's it gone? They are so tiny. Okay, like that. So I'm gonna cure, well, I mean, I've got my little torch, so I'm just gonna flash cure it like this for now. And then I get a tiny little bit more, and I just pop this when it starts coming out, just on like the inside of it. And then we're gonna use some gold. I want to use the gold ones, I think. I should be using this. I just make it a lot harder for myself, don't I, really? Oh, come on. Okay, like that, and then I'm going to go in and cure for 60 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go in and top coat, cure that for 60 seconds. And this is what they look like. Obviously, I have got to do the other hand. Yeah, so they all will match up with like the length and stuff, so don't worry about that. But yeah, that's what they look like. I'm loving the glossy and the matte. I think it looks really, really nice. Got nice crisp edges, if I can show you that. And from the side, they're not too fat either. Like, let me try and show you. So let me just show you. Like, let me show you from the side as well. Okay, this is obviously, let me move that out of the way because you can't see. Obviously acrylic, and look how thin that cuticle is. Look how thin that cuticle is. I did have nails on, but I took them off, so let's just ignore that. yeah, I think they look lovely and they're really sturdy, they're reusable. Yeah, I think they're really pretty. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think of acrylic press-ons, whether you would wear them, you know. But don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next channel, in my next video. Bye guys.